everyone. We have the date on the right upper corner is 3:16 a.m., 29 September, Tuesday. We've been doing this video recording for the last 2 weeks, and we are using the same time frame and the same market and the same time we are starting every morning. The CL on the left upper corner, 200 ticks. The DAX is 200 ticks. 30-year Treasury bond is 200 ticks. YM is 200 ticks. And on the left lower corner, the ES, 200 ticks. What you see in the middle, that we are connected to Ninja Trader Broker, and it is not a replay. Again, this is not a replay data. Then we have the market analyzer showing us the trades are taken on the live sim. For the last 2 weeks, what we have done, we're not using, let's say, the CL on the line of break and the ES on a 5 range, and then the second day Renko. To show the stability in this auto trade, we've been running the same timing, the same time frame, the same market every single day. And you notice when we are starting around 4 o'clock in the morning, by 5, 6 o'clock early morning Eastern time, we hit around 300 ticks nonstop. What we are also, we can highlight that if you cannot afford the DAX, that you easily can meet your target on the ES and the YM. You don't have to deal with the CL. You don't have to deal with the DAX because they are expensive, or maybe you don't have them. The upper three charts are a bit expensive, that the CL and the DAX and the 30-year Treasury bond. But for the traders, they don't have that kind of size amount of money. They can keep their eye on the ES and the YM on a $5,000 account. Your margin is less than $1,000, and it is more realistic to trade the ES and the YM if you don't have, let's say, $10,000 or $15,000 in your account. And another things on the scalper, there is nothing to optimize. You turn it on and off, and there is an emergency stop. You can put it on a 15 ticks, and this is it. There is no trailing stop you need to adjust. You don't need to optimize, and you just need to set up how many lots you need on each chart, whether you want 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever you can handle, and then the amount your target is, where you can notice that on the ES, based on 2 lots, you can get easily your $1,000 a day based on 2 lots. But it does not mean if you want to use 1 lot ES, it's gonna, by running it all day long, that mean it's healthy. No. But if you still want to run those auto trade the same time we are doing right now, and you want to use 1 contract on the ES and 1 contract on the YM, then you can hit the 500 on the ES, and then we can hit the 500 on the YM. But using the auto trade running 24 hours is not healthy. It never, because there is time this market is gonna go sideways, and this is where the auto trade starts struggling at trying to make money. But on doing those hours, easily you can hit your target based on 1 contract, 500. If you need to aim at 1,000, does not mean you need to run the auto trade longer. You need to add a contract. So on 2 contract ES, still in the first 3 hours, you still can nail your $1,000. So what I'm trying to say here, that doing those hours early in the morning, 3, 4 o'clock Eastern time, 1 contract ES is gonna hit the 500. 2 contract ES is gonna hit 1,000. 3 contract ES is going to hit the 1500 target. So we still are on the same timing, and you have to measure that every contract, those first 3 hours, is a 500. Now, when the market's open and the market is running, and that's fine, then you are ready for another round, 500 and 500. But when the market is sideways, or after the high hours, the first hour from when the market's open, and if the market decide to, I mean, there is no direction in the market, you're gonna be struggling. So also you have to remember not let the auto trade fire back at you, which what we do, we try to train you how to be disciplined in the trading room. And by the way, our trading room is free. Once you become a member, there is no hidden costs or hidden charges, because also we prefer the trader uh, can visually look at the chart and say, you know what, it looked like it's getting flat. I'm gonna stop trading the auto trade. So it's very nice also to have the knowledge to know when you need to stop this auto trade and when you need to run the auto trade. Most of the traders, especially amateur trading, I have no time, this attitude, and I want to make money, and doesn't work this way. It does not work that you need the auto trade to run and you are sitting on the beach and the auto trade expecting it to collect money. I mean, this is a little bit odd. But when you keep your eye on your auto trade and you see this market is flattened or the market start getting sideways, when the market is trending, you can see that auto trade is taking one trade after the other, winning trade, winning trade, winning trade. But when the market start uh, flat, the market here, then you can see that it become one winning trade, one losing trade, one winning, two winning trade, one losing trade. Then now the auto trade is struggling. Being behind that auto trade for a while, you will understand the rhythm, how to auto trade, get in your money in the smart way, and stop trading. And that it is a little bit, some of the new traders, they don't understand. They think trading should be 24 hours, and no, no way there is an auto trade out there can run in 24/7 and just constantly making money. This is a little bit unrealistic. However, on some other videos, I'm gonna show the trading from our server where they are running 24/7, and actually you're not gonna see that much different if you have your daily target on the first 3 hours or running the auto trade 24/7, because on the 24/7 what you are doing, you are just generating a lot of trades for your broker to have commission, where it's much more efficient by letting the auto trade run in the smart hours and a smart target, get in your money and get out. And this is much healthier way. However, we're gonna keep doing some more. I'm gonna be also making some more videos about some other auto trades we have. But again, I want to say that there is 200 ticks we've been running for the last 2 weeks, 200 ticks, the same time, the same market, and that can clear a lot of confusion, because we're not running the CL on one time frame and then the second day we're running the CL on different time frame, and we're not running the ES on a range bar and the DAX on a Renko bar or a line break or takes, or no. For the last 2 weeks, to have a very clean vision about this auto trade, that they've been running the same time frame, the same market, the same time, the same everything, the same targets, which is 1,000 each, and to show that um, how stable that auto trade is. Now, one of the experience you will find sometimes this market is not willing to give. What we have seen the CL last week has been in and out of the red all the time, and where maybe today the CL is going to hit the target, but maybe the YM is going to be struggling. So that's why I strongly advise instead of having two contracts on the ES in one day, you're going to have one contract on the ES and one contract on the YM. The cost is still the same, but at least we are spreading out your eggs should not be in one basket. So if the ES today is struggling, we can make money on the YM. Usually the YM follow the ES. There is no issue there. But sometimes the entry points are different from the ES, and sometimes you see the 30-year Treasury bond today is not going to make it, or the CL is not going to make it, or the ES is not going to make it, or the YM is not going to make it. But to play it safe, if you run one contract on the ES, one contract on the YM, your margin is around $1,000. It's nothing, and you're still going to be getting your target, one of those markets, they're going to hit the target. So what you are investing and what you are getting back is an extreme superb result. Uh, the DAX, if you cannot afford playing the DAX, stay away from it. If you cannot afford to play with the CL, stay away from it because you still can make almost the same money on the ES and the YM. Try to put your money in a smart way where if some days the market didn't make it, you don't have an extreme losses, but you have the YM and the ES still, they are a little bit smarter for people who have a limited account or they cannot um, afford to lose a lot of money because this is going to happen one day. The auto trades maybe they're not going to meet their targets, and that if you are on the ES and the YM, if you have a one bad day, doesn't matter because you have plenty days you made it. So this is going to happen. And what surprised me sometimes, some naive traders say, "Oh, does the auto trades have bad days?" Yes, of course they do have a bad day. And they have a good days and they have a bad days, and they were surprised, and because maybe from what they have seen a lot of advertisement that they think auto trades that just keep making money, and that's not true, and they are fooling themselves or they're not trying to be real. Everything in the market, whether you are an auto trading or a manual trader, you will have losing days and you will have winning days. But the most important that you have more winning days than losing days, and that um, is sad sometimes to hear a trader come in and he claim himself is an experienced, and then he couldn't understand you might have a bad day on an auto trade or a manual trade, and that tells you this guy is on a dream planet somewhere where he's been affected by a lot of false advertisement, and he's not real anymore. And no matter what he's gonna do, he's gonna be disappointed because he's expecting that auto trades can run 24/7 and he can sit somewhere on the beach and the auto trade is gonna just keep collecting money. And this is just a dream planet. You have to keep your eye on the auto trade. Auto trade should not be left alone. You never know what might happen, so you can flatten everything out. I'm not trying to scare anyone, but I need to bring everybody to reality. I wish you very happy trading and see you all in another video. Thank you very much and wish you a very nice day.